Hey everyone, so you're starting off your Story of Seasons journey and you've seen your very first windmill. You're like, okay, what is this thing? And maybe a little bit down the way, you've sort of unlocked this windmill and you're like, okay, so this is how I process things. It's very different to other games like Stardew Valley or Coral Island, where you have individual machines to make things. In Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, each windmill allows you to make a different thing. So this is the very first windmill, which is on your farm, which allows you to make basic things, which allow you to earn some decent amount of money. Probably the most amount of money you can make is the actual jewelry here, which is basic jewelry. I would find the problem with this basic jewelry is it's a little bit hard to get silver. Go check out my other video where I talked to you about mining, and that mining ore in this game is by chance. You can't mine specific silver ore in order to get silver in this game. So making jewelry is always like, should I, shouldn't I sort of thing, unless you buy it with your extra money, which again might be a possibility. You got to figure out what is the profit margin there. But anyway, this video is about windmills. So here's your basic windmill. You're going to be making the basic things sort of over here. And why I wanted to make this video is because if you know what each of the windmills do, you can sort of prepare ahead of time, and you know what ingredients to keep and what ingredients you don't need to keep, depending what sort of things you want to buy and sell in the bazaar going forward. So this is the basic windmill. You've got your basic sort of dairy ingredients. You've got dyes, you've got perfumes, you've got bouquets of flowers, which I have not successfully made. You've got pickles, right? And again, these are the basic pickles. You've got miso, which you need from soybeans, which I actually still need to make. You've got screens over here because when typhoons or hurricanes come, you need these things to protect your plants, right? Because otherwise they might get blown away. I'm assuming blown away or something bad happens, because this actually hasn't happened to me. One of the very first things I did when I started playing the Grand Bazaar was to make these things to protect my crops and my trees so that they don't get damaged when a typhoon does come. Okay, now let's run into town and let's have a look at the second windmill that you will get. The second windmill is actually in a very weird location because in theory it should be the closest one after the first windmill, but that is actually your third windmill that you do get. So to get to your second windmill, you're running all the way down here. This is the blue windmill. The one we were just at is the red windmill, and you'll see people refer to that in game. I mean, it depends what language you're playing, but I mean, I'm going to be talking about English over here. But the second windmill is right over here next to the hotel where one of the romanceables Maple is in. Now in the blue windmill, I feel you sort of like make less stuff. There's a bit more jewelry options over here, which you can make some decent money from it. Again, this requires gold and silver, which again is quite tough to get. And even after almost 28 hours in the game, I have not gotten to gold for almost all the things I have, because again, you need 5 gold ores, which after 28 hours is quite difficult to get. You've got honey here, and I just unlocked honey like literally in this day in the game. You've got a few more pickles, some oils here, chocolate, you've got mochi. I mean, you've got seeds here. And for this part, I think they explained it in the game, but I totally forgot. But what I use this for is when some of your crops are about to expire, you can convert them into seeds, which again is pretty useful. You've got flowers here, you've got mushrooms, which again become useful once you unlock the mushroom log. And again, like most of this windmill is sort of being used for seeds. The products at the top I haven't used that much, and they sort of sell for slightly more than the red windmill, the very starter windmill that you do get. So that's something for you to think about when you're deciding how much time and energy you need to put into the blue windmill. But you do need to get the blue windmill and use it, because at some point some of the people in the actual game will ask you to say, hey, I need this thing, and the only way to get that thing is to go to the blue windmill and to make that particular product. Now moving on to the final windmill, which I just unlocked roughly 20 something hours into the game. This is where it gets interesting, because June, like one of the romanceables in the game, she loves tea, and the only way to sort of make your own tea in this game is with this windmill. And this windmill has a lot of tea recipes. You've got everything from green tea, right, to pu'er tea, and then you've got all the way down to green grape tea, which is really, really cool. But then again, tea doesn't sell for that much if you go through some of the prices of things. And remember, these prices are the basic price. This doesn't account for bizarre pricing for something being a seasonal item or being in trend or people wanting it, or the bonuses you get from your decoration. So keep that into account when you're sort of deciding what you should make. And then over here as well, you have the ability to sort of turn trees into seedlings for you to use. I'm still a little bit disappointed with trees because I've had trees for roughly 2 months in game and they have not produced a single thing, which is very, very confusing for me. And then here is like, also this is the highest level of gear you can craft. You need the orichalcum ore, which you can get from like where the nature sprites are and where the lady is, that really spirit lady that you have to teleport to. I always forget her name, Kagetsu. And then here you have your highest level of ore, and you have your highest level of timber. So everything here is pretty high level with the exception of the tea. But again, if you've been growing a lot of tea, this is probably the place you want to go to sell it. I haven't seen anybody ask for tea besides June, the girl with the blue hair. So take that into account. So these are the windmills. And yeah, let me know what you think. Does this help you? Hopefully that helps you to sort of see that you do have a lot of different options for what you're crafting, how you're crafting, stuff you should keep right at the beginning of the game. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you as always for tuning in, and then I will see you next time.